Hey, Jeff and Mark here. You may have heard us talking about Cane Bay and the next in the area and the whole 55 plus space, but you may not have heard about this one place we're going to talk about today, the OG, the original, the first in Summerville 55 plus neighborhood.
Yep, and it's called Webb, and if this is your first time watching, we talk about all things Charleston and Summerville on this channel, so don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so that you are one of the first to know about the Summerville and Charleston area.
I did that. That's the push the like button and the push the subscribe button.
You're so smart.
Like there's a button on the phone that they're on. Well, there is kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
Touch screen. Or
it could be on their TV.
Well, they're always walking up and pushing
They could be just doing the remote.
Don't hit your TV.
So we get a lot of questions from people just like you, whether you're moving in 9 days, 9 weeks, or 9 months. We want to talk to you. Let us know. We'll love to answer any of your questions. And you can do that by clicking the link in the description down below and scheduling a Zoom call. If you're here locally, you can schedule an appointment here in the Next In office. Or, of course, we get phone calls, emails, texts all the time.
Carrier pigeons, smoke signals.
We'll answer anything.
We'll talk to you, however.
Yeah. And then, we're going to talk about Cane Bay today. Cane Bay Webb specifically. And it's one of the oldest communities in Cane Bay. It was actually pretty much the start of Cane Bay besides Old Rice Retreat. It's been there for about 15 years.
But old doesn't equal like, oh, it's old.
Yeah, because it's not all wrinkly and stuff, right?
It doesn't look like my mother-in-law. Yeah, it's not all wrinkly and nasty.
No, yeah. There's a lot of older things
Don't edit that out. I'll own it. Don't edit that out.
There's a lot of things that are older but very refined and nice and beautiful.
Like us. We are the we're the realtors for
We're the OGs.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
So it's a beautiful community.
It is.
Especially, I would argue it's one of the nicest entrances
I think so.
Of all 55 plus, all regular communities.
I totally agree. A lot of these newer neighborhoods, listen, they're putting in the trees that are, this big, and these trees have had time to grow that big. So you're right. I would say it's the nicest looking one pulling in the front door.
Yeah. So you've got this. It's gated, of course.
24/7.
No. Yeah, it shuts down at 7.
Oh, I thought that one was up. I thought that was gated 24.
No,
the other one is.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what I just said.
But they're very tough.
O'clock, you could just drive right through. It's fine.
No, you can't drive right through.
No,
they lock the gate.
The gates are locked.
Yeah.
But you can still get in, right?
Yes.
They can still get in.
Yes.
You have to be home, and you can never go out after 7 p.m. ever.
It's a good layer of protection.
It is. It's perfect.
But the guards are really tough there. Like if I don't have my Realtor card, I can't get in. Yeah. So it is really secure.
It is
for sure. But when you drive in past the guard gate, once you get through the guard gate, just the beauty of the drive-in, the amenity center, which they call the resort, is right there, and it's had, I think, a renovation 3 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 3 years ago. Yeah. So it was, about a dozen years old by that point because they opened it up, 15 years ago.
I think they put $2 million more into it.
And they did a really good job. They did a nice job with it.
Yeah. So tell them a little bit about the amenity center.
So this one has an indoor and an outdoor pool. Obviously, resort style pool, very beautiful. Got some video of it here. You can check it out. But then inside, there's also, the fitness center, all, state-of-the-art high-tech stuff in the fitness center. And then there's meeting rooms. There's a kitchen that they can do cooking classes and things in. Lots of classrooms, lots of multi-purpose rooms for the different clubs. And this neighborhood has a lot of very well-established clubs in it because it's been around for so long.
Yeah, I mean, if there's not a club, I'd be very shocked that they want.
If they didn't have, let's say that somebody wanted a whippersnapper club, and there wasn't a whippersnapper club, what could you do, Mark?
They could just start.
You could just start your own whippersnapper club.
Wait, what is a whippersnapper?
I have no idea.
Okay.
But you could start a club.
So there's probably not going to be a whippersnapper club.
No, there's not one there.
So let's talk a little bit about the homes that are there.
Yeah.
It's all built out. So there's no new construction.
Right.
So there's no worry about hammers slamming at your next door neighbor's house or anything like that. the ages of the home can be as old as 15 years, or as new as 6 years, 7 years old.
Yeah. So some of them, are. I guess one of the things that Mark and I really start to pay attention to is in this market roofs, and so we've seen, we were in a couple houses showing them the other day where they were 9-year-old, still plenty of life left on those roofs. And some of them are only 6 years old. And the good news is a lot of them that are like 15 or the very originals, they probably have a new roof put on them already.
And if not, they might have a new HVAC too.
Yeah.
So you might get a really great home with a couple of things that are already done. The other thing I like about this community is the spacing of the homes. To me, seems a little bit wider.
It does.
It's not an acre per lot or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. But you have a little bit of breathing room on each side instead of the, hey, I'm going to slam as many homes as I can in this community and only have 8 feet in between each house.
Lots of ponds throughout the
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, when you see
see that in the drone.
Lots of ponds, and then it's very well laid out. It's a nice drive through. It's a great. We always see people, riding bikes and walking their dogs, and it's a great walking neighborhood.
So Jeff, I have a question.
Yes.
Is this community a golf cart community?
Why, yes, it is, Mark. It really is. So I think, I don't think it's actually in the HOA rules that you have to own a golf cart.
But it's kind of given.
Yeah, it'd kind of be a butthead if you did. So Mark lives in Cane Bay, and it's got miles and miles and miles of golf cart paths. And so you can take your golf cart to cool places like
Publix, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. Eggs Up Grill, because I get up early now. So I like to go down there and eat some breakfast.
When did that, Ed, did you always get up this early?
Yes.
I feel like, now that I'm, definitely into my 50s, I'm turning into that guy. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, like, hey, what's going on? Let's go do something. Why doesn't my wife want to talk to me? Why won't she wake up and speak with me?
You know what it is? Once we got out of the restaurant business way back in the day. You just don't sleep in anymore. That was. You have to be up and at 'em ready.
We are really off the rails right now. Let's get back into Del Webb. So there's Chick-fil-A. There's a Buffalo Wild Wings. So a bunch of restaurants. And a couple. I like the two. It's kind of a fight in my mind. Which one is the best Mexican restaurant? There's two of them over there.
Yeah, there's Agave. Which is on the next inside of 176.
But you can cross right over with a golf cart.
Yep. And then there's Rio, which is on the Cane Bay side. And
they both have lovely
really
margaritas.
Good. Yes.
So really cool. And there's also, you can go to the East Coast largest YMCA.
Not that you would need to.
By golf cart. No, you would, but they have a library there. So
yes.
if you're a library kind of person, you can go over there. But actually, there's a little mini library at the Del Webb also.
Yeah, right next to the fitness center.
Hey, change that. You don't need to leave. Forget the golf cart. You're just going to stay in Del Webb all the time.
But no, there's a nice wide pass through all of Cane Bay. I would say close to 25 miles.
Yeah.
So if you want to get out of the community, you can still use your golf cart, go all the way down to Publix, all of that stuff there.
You said golf bag. You're thinking about golfing today.
I was.
We said
I don't even have a truck today. We can't go golfing.
We said the word golf. He's like, squirrel. I'm going to go golf today. Oh, you know what we didn't mention? Here's a cool thing that's at Del Webb is there's a playground there.
Oh,
yeah.
The most underutilized.
It's the most underutilized playground and amenity in the whole state, probably. But yeah, we've got the grandkids over. There's a playground, but of course there's tennis and what's that one other thing with the rackets and the ball and
pickleball.
Pickleball. They have pickleball courts.
Yes.
It's a nice amenity center.
Yes, for sure. Talk about why Summerville and Charleston is so good because you can travel to so many other cities, right?
Yeah, it's one of the reasons that we love living here is, the ability for the quick day trips and the weekends. And actually, if you're retired, you go Tuesday through Thursday instead of Friday through Sunday. You get better rates.
Yes. Yeah.
Hilton Head, Savannah, down to Edisto, Jacksonville, Myrtle Beach, Greenville. These are all amazing towns, great weekend trips. And they're all within a couple, 3 hours of where Summerville is.
Yep. We're also finding a lot of people moving and retiring here that used to be in the military. Because the VA hospital is right down there in Charleston, North Charleston, right?
Yep. No, it's right downtown Charleston.
Downtown Charleston, yeah. So that is a great benefit, obviously, to our military. Thank you so much for your service. But not only just the VA Medical Center, Charleston in general has some really good medical overall.
Absolutely.
Your wife uses it. My
is
family uses it.
the teaching hospital here in town. They're putting a brand new one right out here in Nexton, right across the way. But there's already a Berkeley, Roper, St. Francis. I've got 13-year-old daughters. We've been in the emergency department there a few times. I've been super happy with the service we've received there.
Especially only 4 or 5 miles away from both of us, because you're just on the other side of the hospital.
Yep, super close.
Yeah, so that's amazing. And then, of course, the closeness to the airport, right? Because when you move to Charleston, people just come here.
People are going to come visit. And there's actually, so if you're anywhere on the East Coast, there's some discount carriers flying non-stops all over the East Coast. Breeze, Allegiant, there's...
Southwest still here, I think, a little bit, right?
There's the one I hate.
Not Spirit.
Yeah, I hate Spirit.
We can't talk about Spirit.
I'll talk about it. They abandoned my wife in Latrobe one time.
Awful.
The plane left early. Have you ever seen a plane that leaves early? She was flying from Latrobe, PA, back to Charleston. The plane left her there with my 2 kids.
That's ridiculous. All right, squirrel moment.
Back off the rails again. Back to Del Webb.
All right, and then of course Del Webb is just close to everything Charleston. There's so much to do here.
Oh yeah.
Between downtown Charleston, Fort Sumter, the plantations, all of that is just right around the corner.
Yeah.
So I feel like you would never run out of things to do if you were to move here.
Plantations are out. There's plantations out here in Summerville. Summerville. It used to be that Summerville was the bedroom community of Charleston. And now Summerville, the birthplace of sweet tea, has become a tourist destination in itself.
On its own.
You know, a lot of people are just coming here just to come to Summerville because you can come here, do all the cool stuff here, and then still pop down to the ocean pretty quickly.
And, people might say, well, if this community is already built out, why are we talking about Del Webb, Cane Bay? How has that helped them if they're going to move?
So resales, lots of resales in there, and really well-priced resales compared to some of the rest of the market. So here we are, mid-2023, and the homes in there are running 400 to 500 basically. Is where they're at. So they're a good price point for a well-established neighbors, lovely homes. And an amazing, awesome amenity center.
Yep. Well, listen, if you have any questions about this community, please let us know. Like we said at the beginning of the video, if you want to schedule a call with us, a Zoom call is the best way. You can click the link in the description. It goes right into our calendars. You can schedule a time that's perfect for you and when we're available. And then, of course, you can meet us in person. You can call, text, email.
You can even meet us in person to go see a house in Del Webb if there's one.
Why not?
As long as we go before 7 p.m.
Because we won't get in.
Yeah, listen, and I ain't climbing no fences. This is not a fence climbing body. We're gonna go in when we're.
Well, we could swim through the pond, maybe.
It could be an alligator.
Alligators, yeah.
I think I could take an alligator.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, not a big alligator, but like a 4-foot alligator. I think I could take an alligator.
Wait, who's the faster swimmer, me or you?
Oh boy, I don't know. I don't even know if I float.
Okay, I feel better then. I feel like I can outswim you.
That might challenge. Oh God! Nobody wants to
see that.
If you're looking at our YouTube videos in the future and you see a swim competition between Mark and I,
just skip it.
I'm sorry.
Go to the next one.
I apologize. No nightmares were intended here. I apologize.
Well, listen, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and reach out to us anytime. We talk to people all the time, just like you, and we look forward to seeing you here in the Charleston and Summerville area. See ya.